But more relevantly, yeah, you see, that is the problem. Seriously, Singapore is driving me crazy. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Sgcarmart Reviews. Julian here. Today we have the Nissan X-Trail e-Power, which is the fourth e-Power model in Singapore. Today's episode is made possible by Sgcarmart Smart Loan. Sgcarmart Smart Loan is designed to save you time and money through a digitalized loan application via MyInfo for your used car purchase at below market interest rates. For a limited time only, get $500 cashback and a 6-month Kinto membership worth $1,200 when you apply for a loan today. To find out how much money you'll save when you buy either a used personal car or a private hire vehicle, click on the link in the description box below to find out more. Now back to the review. Now on first glance, you'll think that this is basically an enlarged version of the Nissan Qashqai, which isn't a bad thing, you know, with the signature V-motion grille, because that's essentially the design that Nissan is going for. But once you get into the nitty-gritty, for instance, this portion here, if you just look at this area, it sort of reminds you like the 7 Series, right? Like dual headlamp sort of feel, but no, I mean obviously it's not. One is for daytime running lights and the other is the headlamps itself, and here you still get shiny bits up front. So all in all, it looks very nice, it looks very aggressive because of the grey color with this blacked out grille. I like this combination, it's very nice. Now at the side, the Nissan X-Trail is fitted with 19-inch rims. It also comes with an e-Power moniker, just to let people know that this is an e-Power and not just regular X-Trail. But more importantly, you get dual tone from the wing mirror to the body color as well, just like the roof as this. You also get roof rails here, sort of makes it look very outdoorsy, makes it look very rugged. Also rugged is this portion here, this plastic black clad with a bit of shiny bits here. Now at the back, you get more shiny bits right here as you get from the front and the side. You also have this e-4ORCE moniker right here, which I'll explain to you when I drive later on. A little bit more about e-4ORCE, something really special, something I've tried the first time in all honesty. You also get the X-Trail words spread across here, the width of the rear. But more relevantly, yeah, you see, that is the problem. I keep thinking that the buttons is here to open the boot, but it's actually here. Why is it even here? I don't understand. Okay, anyway, open this up. If you knock down seats 6 and 7, you're actually faced with 485 liters worth of, holy f, man, is that loud, man? You'll be faced with 485 liters worth of hauling capacity if you knock down seats 6 and 7. Now in that 5-seating configuration, it'll pass the anti-trolley's length test as well as the luggage test. If in 6 and 7, in the 7-seater, full 7-seating configuration, you get very little hauling capacity. As a matter of fact, I think you can only fit one anti-trolley's length test if you put it this way. That's all, and maybe some small little grocery bags. Now, comparing it to its competitors, like for instance the Kia Sorento, which is also a 7-seating SUV. If you knock down seats 6 and 7, and if memory serves correctly, that car offers about 600 liters worth of hauling capacity, which is significantly more. The Peugeot 5008 as well as the Santa Fe Hybrid also gives you about 780 liters worth of hauling capacity, which is significantly more than this car. The Nissan X-Trail e-Power e-4ORCE Hybrid is priced at $256,800. The 1.5-litre engine produces 211 brake horsepower and 330 Nm of torque. The single-speed reduction gear transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km per hour in 7 seconds. The car has a claimed fuel consumption of 14.93 km per litre. For more details on the Nissan X-Trail e-Power e-4ORCE Hybrid or any other car, head on to sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now, you know how there's always a little bit of a problem when you get into the third row for an SUV, but not quite the X-Trail, because, get this, the door opens really wide. It's almost 90 degrees, like 85 degrees or something. So it's ingress and egress is really made easy. All you have to do here is just knock this car down. There you go. And then push this thing forward and then struggle to get in. Even with my height, it's a bit of a struggle. I have to climb up here like this, climb over the seat, get in, sit down, and I don't even have space to put my feet up. That's it. This is all I can't even pull this up, man. Let's just try it. I can't. I can't.
A few moments later.
So after a long time of trying to get in alone, I couldn't succeed. I've got back problems and plus the space here isn't really good. The producers helped me get in. I've got actually 0 leg room and a little bit of headroom. So just a bit of a guide, right? I'm about 1.6 meters tall, which in all honesty isn't tall at all. And yet I still have problems coming in here. But that's just not it. It sort of feels like a 5+2 rather than a full-on 7-seater. And because of the warm weather that we are experiencing now, there's no aircon vents at all anywhere here. Whereas a Sorento 7-seater car that we drove actually had more space and it had aircon vents, which is mighty impressive. So you get nothing here. So I suspect this would just either be permanently knocked down so that you get 485 liters worth of hauling capacity, or we can put it up and then maybe let the, a child sit here or something. But the aircon has got to be full blast so the child doesn't feel warm or anything, right? But other than that, now I have a problem getting out. Let's just see how to do this. Will! Will! Now at the second row seat, which is admittedly the more comfortable place to be, you get ample leg room and ample headroom, but that's also because you can actually adjust how much leg room you want in the back row. So if you have people behind or kids behind, you can just give them a little bit more space and still enjoy a little bit of leg room. If not, you could just push it all the way back and enjoy the space. Ample space, no less. Now here's what I really like about the back row. Because it's so warm and it's so hot, seriously, Singapore is driving me crazy. You have aircon vents. That's right, with climate controls, you get USB-C and a regular USB port. Here's the best part. You also get sunshades as standard, built in. So, sun doesn't sort of get in and burn your skin, so and so forth. You get a little bit of hump here, very little. So you can just move to the center, put your feet up, and still enjoy ample room, leg and head, and maybe a little bit of shoulder, because the shoulder room eats into your buddies at the side. But apart from that, it's okay, not complaining. You get ISOFIX points here, as well as here. And get this, Nissan did it really well with the magazine holder. Full-on leather. Napa leather, no less. So the Napa leather is actually an option. If you don't go for the Napa leather, this quilted Napa leather, you'll just get a plain black one, which I am sure will just look equally nice. But this is really, really comfortable. It's a really, really comfortable place to be. Yeah. Now at the helm, the X-Trail just feels very luxurious and everything is nicely laid out for some reason, but I suspect it's also because of the different colored Napa leather that is being optioned into this car. So it feels like it's very fresh. But it's also because it feels very airy because of the panoramic sunroof. So you can open all the way, so it feels very airy. It's very nice ambient right here. It's also because this car comes with a 12.3-inch infotainment system. It's very easy to use, straightforward. You don't have to take years to master this. The good thing is Nissan decided to put all the climate controls out of the system, so you get physical buttons here, which is really, really a breath of fresh air. You get wireless charging here. You also get USB-C-A and USB-C ports here. Did I just say USB-C-A? No, I meant USB-C and USB-A port here. And of course, you get a 12-volt socket right here. You also get wireless charging pad. You can just charge your phone. Just put it here, and it does the job. Cubby holes right here. You get very nicely squared off gear lever as well, and e-pedal and full electric mode here. You get auto hold function, which is always a good thing. And you got multiple driving modes right here. So you can go to snow, you can go to normal, you can go to off-road, you can go to, what's this? Eco, that's right. And there's even a sport mode as well. And here's the best part. You also get a hill descent control in the button. So if you press this, it actually activates the hill descent control, which means when you move your car down a steep slope, it'll actually brake for you and control the car so that you wouldn't just go doing boom, 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 for instance. You get nice cubby hole here, which is quite deep. It's about this deep actually, so it's very decently sized. Smart thing about Nissan, right? They didn't put like the USB-C and the USB-A ports inside is actually outside, which actually makes more sense. Whether or not this car makes sense on the road, well, I guess it's just one way to find out. So this Nissan X-Trail e-Power that we have here today still has that one-pedal drive mode. It's definitely bigger than the previous 3 e-Power models that we have, so you sort of feel a little wide when you drive, you know, but it's never too big for the roads. You don't feel like this is way too big. So you sort of don't really use the brake pedals a lot. I haven't really been using the brake pedals, to be honest, because the one-pedal drive sort of just makes it feel very easy to use, very convenient in that sense. You do need to get used to it. Like if you jump from one car to another like myself, I'm going to take a while to get used to the one-pedal drive, but it's nevertheless convenient, if I may. But more importantly, so this car has a combined output of about 211 brake horsepower, has about 330 Newton meters of torque. It goes from 0 to 100 in about 7 seconds, which is really, really cool. But I think what's cooler is the fact that this Nissan X-Trail e-Power now comes with that e-4ORCE. You know, this whole e-4ORCE thing that really helps when you do hard braking. So the problem with big cars, if you already know physics, right? If you drive big, tall cars especially, when you do hard braking, there's always a bit of a dive. And that dive can be very uncomfortable for yourself or even the passengers. And it can be quite dangerous, especially when you have kids. But with e-4ORCE in this car, that whole diving feeling is completely minimized. So every time you do hard braking, you don't go, ugh. It just goes, and it's really good. It actually works very well. You can actually catch that ramen video, that Nissan X ramen video, that sort of explains a little bit more. So it's actually that's the only thing I can tell you guys. It's actually very interesting. Go YouTube, search for Nissan X ramen e-4ORCE video, and it'll sort of show you exactly how it works. The suspension does feel a little bit wobbly at times, but it's never to the point of making you feel like uncomfortable or like boat-like. So it's still very, very smooth. I kind of like that, to be honest. But I reckon those figures don't really matter, like the 7-second century sprint, 330 Newton meters, 211 brake horsepower, because ultimately this car doesn't really inspire sporty driving, in all honesty, but it really prioritizes comfort and luxury, and for that it just aces. Yes, as mentioned before, it's not as spacious as the Sorento, for instance, but it's very well spec'd, this car. It feels very comfortable, it's very well spec'd. The one-pedal drive is something that I can really get used to, it's something that I wouldn't mind. The problem is, in my point of view, for a hybrid car, here's a good thing, right? I managed about 14 kilometers per litre, which isn't too far from the stated 14.9 kilometers per litre in the spec sheet. But here's the problem. For a hybrid car, I think 14 kilometers isn't impressive. So that's something sort of makes you kind of think, like, I'm getting a hybrid car because I want good fuel economy, but this doesn't really provide that. I would expect 17 to 23, thereabouts, for a hybrid car. So that's usually the case. But you also have to understand there's a slight trade-off for this. I mean, it's huge, it's slightly heavier, but it is luxurious and it is very, very comfortable. So kind of depends on what you want, really. So the golden question, is the Nissan X-Trail e-Power a will buy, won't buy, or go try? For me, this is a go try, because for a 7-seating SUV, it's sort of less spacious than the Kia Sorento that we have tried. For a hybrid, it does only 14 kilometers per litre, which is not quite up to a regular hybrid car. So these are the two things why I think you should go try. But that said, it isn't a shabby car at all. I genuinely like the car, the whole Napa leather option, the steering wheel, the feel, the overtaking power, the e-4ORCE element that doesn't allow the car to dive every time you do hard braking. That to me is the most impressive thing ever. This is actually the first time that I'm trying something like this. So So it really depends on what you want. If you're into fuel economy, this car may not be for you. If you're into space, at least a 7-seating SUV, this car also may not be for you. But that's it. Keep your options open. I mean, you have Skoda Kodiaq, you have the Kia Sorento, you have Peugeot 5008, you even have the Hyundai Santa Fe. So, yes, it's a go try for me. So there you have it, guys. That is the review of the all-new Nissan X-Trail e-POWER. Hope you guys enjoyed the review as much as I've driven the car. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment in the comment box below and let us know what you think about Nissan's e-POWER. Also, you can follow us on TikTok. Our handle is @Sgcarmart. In the meantime, stay safe and be well. Ciao. Personal or private hire car, and the car just drives fast and the sound is very loud. Very good. Good job. Clap hands. Hey guys, hey, is this man? Hey. Liter, which in all honesty isn't too far off from the... Sorry, I got distracted when I did this.